From the great halls of their house, there are assembled three who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher. Their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicky Fisher. Our Captain Marvel and head flight trainee, Jennifer Skripchuk. And our Batman, the master of tools, gadgets, and all things mechanical, our mild-mannered soon-to-be billionaire, Alan Danvers. Their mission, to fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with them, and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team.
All right. You guys ready? Because this could be ugly.
It could be a two-parter.
This one could be one of those Daniel Day-Lewis movies. There will be blood.
Yeah.
All right, very well. Strap in, folks. Welcome to the Garage Heroes in Training podcast. This is a WOOT episode. We are going to talk nothing about cars, but we are going to yell at each other very loudly because we have very strong opinions going into this. Who is hosting?
I'm Vicky.
Benny.
It's Alex.
That's right. It's not even fake Alex's stuff. So
This time it's the real me.
So we haven't had Mrs. Fassbender on in quite a while. Welcome back, Alex.
Thank you. I'm spending most of my time with Alicia Vikander and Michael. It's a wonderful life.
And he did confirm that he completely broke it off with Tom Hardy. So,
oh God, ugh. Why do you even have to bring that name up?
When I am your favorite.
Have you seen the movie Capone? It is awful.
That's right. But I am also the fighter. Anyway, we are going to go over the Suicide Squad, not Suicide Squad, and then we're going to get into an argument that was brought up during our text chain. Speaking of which, we don't have to bring up the debacle of Venom, but anyway, Mr. Hardy. So all of us got to see the Suicide Squad, which is obviously the stands for the word 2 in the DCEU, but the second Suicide Squad movie. General feelings. Anyone? Bueller?
The second Suicide Squad movie, Suicide Squad, is amazing.
Wow.
If you have to rank it like Star-wise, I would give it 9.
I agree with that. I really do.
Wow.
I thought it was a fun ride.
I do too. I mean, honestly, compared to the first one, it's so much better. And it's just a fun ride all around.
The correct answer is no.
Wow.
If you're
really?
putting it on the compared to the first one, it's a monstrous movie. But I mean, that's like saying, well, what was my meal like compared to what I made last week that I left out on the table for the entire time? It was horrible.
No, it's not even in comparison.
No.
Come on.
Don't compare it to the first one. The first one's terrible.
Its own, it is a great movie. And sorry, Bill, this is definitely one.
Yeah, I would have to
hard
agree.
disagree. Yeah. I mean, any movie that kills Pete Davidson in the first 5 minutes, just by default.
I thought he was going to have a longer stint than that. I really did. I was like, wow, there's an MCU crossover a littherbit. There's oh, dang.
Bill, I got to tell you,
We'll give it a 6.
Suicide Squad is better than about, 9, maybe 10 MCU movies.
Well, let me look at that.
Ouch.
No, that you're wrong again. Wow, it's glad having you back, Alex.
Oh, you know what, Alex? I think I'm on the same boat with you. So
Really?
I know you are. You're on the same
Really?
boat with me and Michael Fassbender. It's awesome.
No, not that one.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna let you ride that train.
We know that's a rowboat for you there, Alex, because you like to stroke it. But anyway, better than how many? 6? Let's see.
9.
1, 2,
Maybe 10.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got it better than 7, so we're not that far off.
Okay.
Okay, but they get some pretty bad thing. All right, so let's see who won the movie. We're not going to do like spoilers for plot and everything, but who do you think was standout? There's going to be the big standout, like the some of the leads, and then maybe the supporting cast characters.
Big standout for me, John Cena. As
Really?
Peacemaker. Oh,
Really?
I thought he was great.
Really?
I think if you look at him in something like Fast and Furious 9, when he's being all serious and stuff, he's just not convincing. He's just not convincing.
I was busy that day.
He was
But
definitely.
if you have him in a comedic role, I think he's great. I think he's got really good comedic timing, and I think for me, he stole the show.
Really?
I definitely think he was a standout.
Mm.
For me also, Daniela Melchior.
Yep.
I liked her a lot. I mean, again,
had you guys seen her before?
I think didn't you tell me, Alex, something that she was in before?
I've seen her before.
I don't think I've seen her before.
She was new to me, so I mean that doesn't mean I haven't seen her. It just means it's
I don't remember her either on anything. Yeah, I'm looking at her list and I don't see anything that I recognize. But
I'm shocked at your 2 first choices, but that's okay. I'm just saying there's a bigger one to me, but that's okay.
So here's the thing. To me, that character is completely a throwaway in the DC universe. I would have never thought that character would have, played a significant role in any movie.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, she portrays it great. It had quite a few great moments. So that character, and then the other one, who I have no idea what actor portrayed him. I mean, I know it was the voice of somebody famous, but definitely King Shark, who was
Sylvester Stallone, bro.
Yeah. No, I know, but I don't think he was in the suit, or was it just purely
I don't know.
CGI?
I know he did the voice.
Adrian.
Yeah.
But remember, and here, unfortunately, I'm going to be unfair and compared to the first one. And the first one, King Shark was crap. I mean,
Killer Croc.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand him.
Yeah, forgettable. But here he was.
No, I mean, I physically couldn't understand what he was saying in the first one. I was like, what did he say? I needed subtitles, but
Yeah, he was great in this one. So,
Vicky, add some sanity to this. Who was the standout in this movie?
The total standout, definitely Margot Robbie.
Wow.
And
awesome.
What movie did I watch?
Idris Elba. I thought Idris Elba.
Him too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Idris. Yeah. I thought that he played a really good. I thought he played a really good role. I really was expecting more Nathan Fillion. Like I was like, oh yes, he's back in. Because I remember him for Serenity. I remember him from Firefly. And I was like, oh, so happy to. And then it's like, oh dang.
And you know what was great though, Vicky? Margot Robbie. I expected that she was just going to mail it in. That this was just going to be the same Harley that she's played on every other movie, and she still added enough. I don't know. It was different enough that her character was a lot more interesting.
I have to sort of disagree with you, Benny, because I don't think she's ever mailed it in. Even in Suicide Squad, which was awful.
But you're also a big fan of Birds of Prey, which I'm not as big a fan.
She was great in that.
Is that I just know the Halloween costume is coming.
There was nothing. There was nothing.
There's going to be a lot of red dresses on Halloween this year. I could just tell you that.
The correct answer is Idris Elba.
Yes, well, he did very good. Well.
And that's the easy answer, though, too.
It is.
It's the star of the movie.
I will say this. His character as the lead, and mind you, I'm a big fan of Will Smith, but his character in the lead was so much better than Deadshot in the other movie.
I thought he was great. He was really good, but I don't know. I guess I'm a huge fan of Idris Elba, So I always expect good stuff from him.
Yeah.
Again, I just thought that, in my case, I thought John Cena was that was awesome to me.
Really?
But,
Well,
it's
John
so
Cena,
good.
you gotta remember from the point of view that nobody expected him to be that good. Yeah.
I'm
right.
just really surprised that, I mean, the biggest surprise is the MCU characters coming over onto DC. And that was kind of stunning for me.
Like what?
Well, he played Heimdall.
Oh, actors. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the actors are moving over. I'm not saying that there's a crossover, but the actors jumping from the Marvel.
Well, but don't forget that the director was probably friends with a lot of
right.
Yeah.
And so that was really kind of shocking and a pleasant surprise. It was almost like, sharing the children.
Yeah.
All right. On this next one, we're going to go through your favorite scene in the movie. I'll go first. Okay, who's next?
Wait a second, Bill. I liked your silence, but who was your standout? You don't have a standout, right?
I said Idris
Is it
Elba.
okay to say D-Bag on the podcast? Or?
Is it okay to say what?
I am Groot.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow. So I look back at this movie and I think about all the scenes. I went to see it twice because you guys were saying how good this was. I might have seen it 3 times. I don't even remember. Nothing stands out. I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Oh wow.
I don't have any like, oh, I got to go see that again. Or, oh, wait, this is the part. I don't have one.
Trying to think standout scenes. Yeah.
I thought that the Harley Quinn standouts were awesome.
I like the Harley Quinn.
I thought that she did really well. I like how they had when she was doing the fight scene when she was leaving. Okay. So that was really good, especially when it kind of went into like a cartoon version of it, and then as she's walking out, the birds are kind of standing back.
That was good. Yes.
That was awesome.
Yeah. But you know what? Here's the thing about it is it almost seems like in some little aspects like that shot where there's a little bit of detail that's being played into it, much like they pick up on the MCU, which they never really did before, is that there's these little nuances that are in the movie. So you can maybe see that there was a crossover from the MCU, because those are the little details that I really feel that those movies lack.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I love the Milton scene.
Which scene?
But the Milton scene.
Oh, but they didn't remember that name.
But my
that
favorite
was
scene,
it.
yeah, but my favorite scene is still going to be the Pete Davidson one. When he got his face shot off, it was just like, yeah.
It was funny.
I think that whole first beach landing scene, that whole thing was a standout for me. It was awesome because there were some unexpected deaths on my part, at least, and I don't know. It was just a great scene. I loved it.
It mixed the right amount of gore.
Yes.
With the right amount of humor.
How many of you knew the Weasel before this?
Oh yeah. I did. Yeah. I mean, I think maybe the standout for it is the little one-liner nuances that sometimes you can get picked up in the MCU that most of those shows lack.
Yeah, and you can definitely
DCEU.
see. Yeah, you can definitely see that James Gunn had his stamp all over it. I mean,
yeah. And I think that's why I enjoyed it. It's probably because I'm a Marvel fan.
Yeah. That could be why I didn't enjoy it. Because if you remember, I didn't like Galaxy of the Guardians, and I didn't like.
What do you mean, Guardians of the Galaxy?
I know exactly.
He knows exactly what he was saying.
Wait a second. God, Bill, Jesus.
All right, Bill.
It's not my favorite. I mean, let's see.
Well, okay.
If I go to my list, I give it like a C+ or a B.
C+.
It's it didn't do it for me. I'm sorry. And the second one,
I think you're just saying that to kind of be like
the second one
really
was garbage.
Not biased.
The second one was garbage.
Yeah, he's trying to be a hipster, right?
So
wow.
Yeah. So
That's
thing
me.
is,
You found me out.
Is what exactly is Bill looking for in the movie?
He needs to have a good villain that I want to root against. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Bill, I'm gonna agree with Benny. Where's your scarf and your vape? You're a total hipster, dude.
Wow. I liked it better when you weren't here. But anyway.
All right. So moving on.
All right. So let's see. What else do we typically do on these? It's been so long. I've been concentrating so much on the second part of this podcast. I forgot about the crap that we're going to talk about in the first part. Okay. So you guys all like this movie for unknown reason.
You usually pick a character that the one you least liked as well.
Yeah. Well, right. There's the supporting.
But for you, they're all of them, right? So
well, no, I mean the characters themselves weren't terrible. I mean, there was some characters there that I liked. I didn't like that.
So forget the actor. Who was your favorite character?
Of the big people, I thought the standout in the movie was Idris Elba for sure. And then I agree with you, Benny, on Rat Girl 2. Ratcatcher 2, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought she was like the biggest surprise to me because I really, the introduction to the character was kind of, oh boy. It seemed a little tired a bit. And then, she earned her way out of it. And then in the end, you started, I mean, the only thing, well, perhaps not the only thing, but one of the things that this movie did was much better than the first one was I actually got the feeling that the people who were on the team grew together and did some type of arc and actually cared about each other. The first one, it was kind of like a whole bunch of solo artists just doing what they do.
Yeah. And in spite of the fact that you don't like Guardians of the Galaxy, that's definitely something that you can see James Gunn stamp in, because he was really good at team building in those movies as well.
Mm-hmm.
So my issues, I've got issues.
Always.
You got tons of issues.
Let me tell you, hon.
We all know I have issues. It could be comic book issues. It could be all the issues Vicky's willing to tell everybody about at any moment.
Lactose intolerant.
But my issues, I have several issues with this movie, and the ones that come to mind. One, it was like splatter gore that didn't seem to fit the general tone of the movie to me.
There was a lot of gore. You're right.
It's a lot like James Gunn's earlier trauma stuff, like Toxic Avenger.
You know what? That's a good point. You gotta look at Gunn's pedigree. Right?
I look at it as a point. The good part I will debate.
Remember, this is the director of Slither.
Oh, right? I understand.
Yeah.
But remember to my earlier statement of Guardians of the Galaxy, I didn't like James Gunn's movies in general. So this is just following down that line. Second, you go in, you shoot up like 40 or 50 people in the camp. And then you're like, hey, these were actually good guys. And they're like, oh, sorry. It's played off as a joke.
That was great.
You people, you scare me.
Honestly, I mean, the humor was there.
It was. And then...
Look, Bill, revolutionaries are just as bad as politicians. They all deserved it.
Okay. All right, very well. I don't know. And then it seemed like an inconsistent thematic in that the anti-government part would come in and out of the movie. Mm-hmm. And when you've got Amanda Waller as your focal point, you should either be consistent about it, because Amanda Waller, I think, is pretty high on the not good people list.
So let's go there for a second, right? You got two actors. Well, I mean, there were three actors returning, but Amanda Waller, right? I forget the name of the actress.
Viola Davis.
Okay, Viola Davis and Joel Kinnaman. Joe Kinnaman,
her younger sister, Viola and Davis.
his portrayal of Flag was pretty much the same. It was pretty much.
I thought it was actually good this time.
I mean, I don't think it was bad, and you know, the first movie was horrible, but I don't think it had anything to do with him, right?
He was the least of the problems.
Yeah, exactly. But Viola Davis, I think her portrayal of Amanda Waller here was a lot better and much more true to the comic, in my opinion.
I'm going to disagree vehemently, because I thought she was a lot more menacing in the first one. Then that movie sucked. But I thought she brought that kind of menace
see, that's my problem. Is that the comic book Amanda Waller is not just menacing. It's like Amanda Waller, she plays both sides constantly in the comic books.
Sure, you know, but I thought Viola was much better in the first one than in this one, which is a weird thing to say because this movie was way better. But I thought she stuck to what she wanted to portray in the first one, and in this one it was a little menacing and then a little funny and then like a little goofy and then a little menacing, so it was weird and back and forth. She was actually the most disappointing part of this movie for me.
It's like,
because I liked her so much in the first one.
It's like a Batman movie with no World's Greatest Detective aspect to it, in my mind.
That's never happened.
So if you had to pick a Viola Davis, if you had to pick an Amanda Waller, would you pick the one from Suicide Squad, or would you pick the one from Green Lantern, another horrible DC movie?
I don't even remember that movie.
I do. Do I have that on here? No, it's not.
That's not part of the DCEU.
I was going to say that's another one I could put onto the. Anyway,
guys, who played Amanda Waller in that movie? Sorry,
it was a younger girl.
Hold
on, I'll get it. Keep
Tina
going.
Turner.
Angela Bassett.
Yeah, Angela Bassett.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Holy crap. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the TV show. My bad. Angela Bassett.
Yep.
Played Dr. Waller. Okay.
Dr. Waller. Interesting. Yeah. Very cool. Very great.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we started talking about this show. This movie, we started talking about, hey, do we want to do a Woot episode? I put out there, hey, do you guys never got to talk to us about the recent Marvel TV shows? And all of a sudden, Benny comes out with it's your bias against DC that leads us to these shows. And I am offended by this accusation.
So let me just clear one thing, okay? Before I even mention anything, right when you put a post on text,
I did,
giving us your opinion of Suicide Squad, and the first thing my brother did was call me, and he's like, "There goes Bill again."
It ended up being a nice fight.
Yeah.
So my text was something along the lines of, it's pretty good for a DC movie. It would be on the lower half of the Marvel movies, because I feel in general that the average DC movie is not as good as the Marvel movie. Now, listen, I don't root against DC in any way. I want the best movie I can see. I love it when they do a good movie the whole one time. And I want them all to succeed.
The whole one time. Let me tell you, Bill, Benny and I had this conversation before, and I'm going to speak for him.
One time.
And we agree that 70% of the DCEU movies are good.
What?
Very good. Yes.
Have 70%. You guys been? What time are we taping this? Have you guys been drinking? You guys got to drive tomorrow, people. What the hell?
All right, but good doesn't mean that they're at the top of the list or at the bottom. Right. So we should
don't back out now, boys.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, we should go through our lists. I know he's going to be pretty angry at some of the movies I mentioned.
If you look at, and let's just do some math. If you look at the average Marvel versus the average DC, I don't think anybody's going to say that the average DC movie is better than the average Marvel movie.
That's true, but there's also a lot more Marvel movies than there are DC.
But the more times you make a movie, the more times you have to make a bad movie. It's hard to make a good. It's really hard to make a good movie.
I agree, and I think the MCU is definitely better than whatever DC is doing.
But I'm not rooting. I think the thing is that I'm not rooting against the DC movie. When they have a good movie, I am very happy. Benny, I called you the one night I tried to talk you into going to see the Batman trilogy, the Nolan trilogy with me.
No, but come on, that's different.
No,
that's outside of DCEU.
You can't lump those movies are in a world apart. I mean, you can't even compare them to Marvel movies.
On my spreadsheet, they are in the same world.
Well, they must be in the bonus list.
They are in the bonus list.
Okay.
Sure.
There are times Bill lives in a constant state of disappointment.
Yeah.
I am fighting so hard to stay out of the bathtub on this movie.
There's one movie in that Christopher Nolan trilogy that's better than every single MCU movie.
I would argue that.
I would have to argue with that. Let's get some knives and let's fight.
All right, knife fight.
What are they? Knife fight.
All right, so how did we all do this? I did, as usual, way too much. I graded all the movies A through F, and then I also ranked them. And then I looked at it and said, yeah, that makes sense to me. So I feel good about my list. How did everybody else do it? Because I gave lots of different options. You could do stars. You could do.
No, I did. I numbered. So,
I just ranked them. Yeah.
Yeah, and you had said we'll do top 5 and bottom 5, right?
Yeah, because I think ranking, what is it, like 40 something movies is kind of hard, especially when we put in the bonus movies, because we put in as bonus movies just for everybody playing the home game. We put in the Nolan trilogy because I thought it was fair to give DC some good movies, and we put in for the for the MCU, we put in Into the Spider-Verse and the Hulk, which are technically not MCU movies.
So I would say let's do top and bottom of our main list, and then we'll do bonus separate.
For DC, since there's so few, we should probably just do top 3 and bottom 3. Since there's so few.
I did overall.
I did overall too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So just for those playing at home, I have 4 A+ movies, and I have 5 A movies. So I kind of say those are kind of above the rest. And then we have 3 F movies and 4 D movies on this entire list. So how does everybody else feel their top tier movies are? How many?
My top tier movies are it's a little bit unfair because they're all Marvel movies, but
interesting.
You were gonna say that, but I would definitely mention as a side note where my first DC movie is.
Middle. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
4 A's and 3 F's.
4 A's and 3 F's. Okay, so we're about the same because I've got 4 A pluses and 3 F's. So we agree there. Benny, how about you? Top tier, how many?
Oh, I didn't really go by letters. I went.
Well, where do you think there's a line? Like you ranked everything 1 through 40, whatever. Where do you think there's a line like that movie is significantly better than the one below it? Just draw a line. What do you think? Like 4 or 5 in or something?
Yeah, about 5 in. Yeah.
Okay. And then the bottom, there's an obvious like, oh, these aren't good.
Let's see. Yeah, probably. Yeah, 5 too.
Okay. What about you, Miss Vicky?
I kind of took it under step and I couldn't decide between my A's and B's. So I got A pluses and B pluses and B minuses because they're so close. They're so close. So I think of my ultimate top tier, I think I have 4.
Okay. And bottom?
I have 1 strong F. I have a couple C and a D.
Okay. All right. So we're all basically saying the same thing. We've got like 4 or 5 at the top and 4 or 5 at the bottom. Mm-hmm. Any guesses on will we overlap?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I think we will.
I think at least on 1 and 2. 1 and
argument,
2, maybe the first 3.
The argument's going to be in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think so. Okay.
Yep.
So let's start with the less fun side of this world, the good movies. Alex, alphabetically, you go first.
All right. So Captain America, The Winter Soldier.
Okay, very nice.
That is my all-time favorite MCU movie.
Comes in number 4 for me. Anybody else have it in their top?
I got it 5.
5. Vicky?
Yep.
Not mine.
No? Okay, so she's wrong on this one. That's fine. What else do you have, Alex?
Then I have Iron Man 1.
Okay.
That's another A.
Comes in next tier for me, but what about you, Benny?
Yeah, next tier.
Okay, Vicky?
Yeah.
That's my first tier.
Okay. All right, so we're kind of agreeing. All right. What else you have?
Avengers Endgame.
Avengers Endgame. It's number 3 for me. I agree.
Number 1 for me.
Number 1. Okay.
Yep.
Miss Vicky?
It is number 5 for me.
Okay, so top tier. All right, so we agree. Your last one?
Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok. Second tier for me.
Number 4 for me.
Number 4. Vicky?
First tier for me.
First tier.
It's,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. For those playing at home, I have Infinity War over Endgame. I have. You do?
Number 2 for me.
Okay, so you're agreeing with that ranking of those?
And no, I've got Endgame and then Infinity War.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
But I mean, both great movies. Alex, where are you on that?
No, I have Infinity War is my second tier. It's my number 6.
Okay. Okay, so we're close. What about you, Miss Vicky?
What?
Infinity War versus Endgame.
And it's in my lower first tier.
Okay, so you have Endgame above Infinity War.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. Well, that's interesting, I think, unto itself. All right. The one that made my top tier that we haven't talked about so far is technically an add-on movie. I have Into the Spider-Verse as one of my top tier. Just saying.
Into the Spider-Verse is in my top tier. I just didn't put it in. Just because it's
I didn't put it because it's bonus, but Into the Spider-Verse I have as 6.
Okay. Really? I thought you'd have that as 1, Benny.
Well, I mean, I was kind of putting it a little bit lower because of the fact that it's not a Marvel
Live
MCU movie, right?
Okay.
But the one movie that I have that wasn't mentioned, my number 3 is Civil War.
Oh, really? I thought it was
good one.
Let me think. I have that in my third tier. Top 15, but that's still good. All right. Vicky, did we not mention any of your top ones yet?
You mentioned 2.
Okay. Which ones didn't we mention?
Black Panther.
Okay.
For its own reason, I have that as my number 2, only because it was groundbreaking. I have my strong reasons for it.
Your number 2 isn't a good movie; it's just groundbreaking.
No. It's a
I'm just
good
trying
movie.
to. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. So.
No. It's definitely a good movie.
Okay. You said strictly because it's groundbreaking, so I was.
Well, no, I mean it was. It kind of came into the MCU. A totally different concept from a totally different point of view for the Black Panther character, I would have to say. So, I mean, I
agree.
It kind of shook the world. It kind of shook the world.
It's in my second tier, but I mean, the second tiers are still.
It's in my second tier too.
They're still really good movies. So you know that you don't have to tie me down to watch any of these.
Well, so. my thing is like they're all like right around equal. It's like I really couldn't decide. So it's like maybe one. No, serious. I have like
Wonder Woman 1984 is not around the same.
You got one more. What's the other one that we didn't hear?
I still like the Avengers.
Really? Okay.
The initial Avengers, the first one.
It is my highest second tier movie.
Yeah.
It's actually it's in my third tier.
Really?
Okay. I do have. Before we go to the worst movies, I've got 2 DC movies.
I already did
tier.
once.
I've got 2 DC movies in my second tier. I just figured I should mention that because of your bias, right?
Okay.
But
I have none.
I've got Man of Steel is my number 8, and that's because I just love Superman and I love that movie. But my number 9 is the Snyder Cut. So
Snyder Cut is pretty better.
Mhm.
Still not great though.
So are we just doing Marvel
Bill,
or are we
come
doing
on,
DC?
just
Or are
say
we
it,
doing
Bill.
both?
Just say it. It's
Because
pretty good. Say it,
I've-
Bill.
It's
What-
it's okay. It's
at
better.
least mention what is your top DC movie. I think everybody should mention that.
Wonder Woman.
Am I putting in any of the Nolan trilogy extra credits or no?
No,
Is that in your second tier, Vicky?
What?
Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman, I think, I'm kind of
It's
when I
my
was
top.
when I was writing this up, I just kept thinking this is on a curve. The DC's on a curve to the MCU. So I would say Wonder Woman is in my first tier. And I like the movie. I thought it was the first Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
So
we'll get it. Don't worry, we're going to mention the second one, I'm sure. So, Alex, what's your first DC movie?
Man of Steel.
And that's in your. What is that in your?
It's in my second tier.
Okay. Well, I have Wonder Woman.
It's number 11.
I have Wonder Woman as well.
Oh, mine was
Whoa, yeah.
Man of Steel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was number 9 for me. Oh, wait a minute. No, it was number 8 for me. Man of Steel.
Okay.
So you actually have Wonder Woman in your second tier, Bill, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I have a B+, so it's a B+.
Okay.
If we took away some of the extra credit, it would be a A.
All right, so let's go to the.
I gave Wonder Woman a C minus.
Yeah,
Really?
no, but you for some reason you were never a huge fan of it.
I mean, let's be fair. If it stopped before the final battle, it's a much better movie.
No. I don't disagree with that. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I know that last battle it was a little over CG'd, but yeah, that movie is it makes the second one so much more disappointing because they should have been able to continue that trend.
I know. So
and we're going to get into that.
Obviously,
yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
Obviously, in the first Wonder Woman, when she was fighting Ares and she flew up there and grabbed the lightning with her rope,
she got replaced by a clone or what?
Oh wait, she didn't do that, did she?
No, you're confusing that when she was doing rodeo in a mall.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot. Because when
that
I'm
was
fighting
awesome.
the God of War, and
All
I'm
right,
able
listen.
to fly.
Before we spoil it, let's go to the bottom 5.
Bottom 5. Who went first? Okay, Alex went first. We're gonna let our guest Benny go first on this one. What is your bottom 5? And we're working our way down. We're gonna start from the 5th worst and go all the way to the bottom because we want the punchline to be.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
So we said that Incredible Hulk is bonus. It's not.
No, Incredible Hulk is MCU.
Incredible Hulk is bonus.
Okay, so Incredible Hulk is my
Ed Norton.
Yeah. Yep. And then we go, ironically, Justice League. I know I picked Snyder Cut as one of my second tier. So Justice League is in my bottom 5.
See, to defend myself a little bit on the Snyder Cut, when you're starting with a movie that's as bad as Justice League and it's better, it's hard to say it's in my top.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, wow, that's some sweet smelling garbage. You know what I mean? It's just, it just doesn't give me that,
Go ahead, embellish it.
Okay, go ahead. All right, sorry. Okay, so Justice League in your bottom 5. Let me see, because I've got some bonus ones in there. 1, 2.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there any overlap?
No, it's pretty close.
Probably not.
I've got it 6th from the bottom. But.
Okay, then I've got, again, ironic, Suicide Squad.
I have it 5th from the bottom.
And
anyone else?
I have Suicide Squad, but it's a lot closer to the very bottom.
Okay.
It's the third from the bottom.
All right, third.
No, that's my third. That's my third from the bottom.
Yeah, so we're good. Vicky, Suicide Squad down there?
No, it's not down there.
This is the first one,
Yeah, I know.
Okay, all right.
Here you go. I think there might be some overlap on this one. Thor: The Dark World.
My bottom.
Okay.
My bottom.
It just barely missed the bottom 5 for me.
Wow.
Barely.
Wow.
And my bottom
Yep.
is Wonder Woman 1984.
Second from the bottom. How could you go with the director? I believe the writers were the same. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
The star was the same.
Stars.
Yeah.
Because
Stars.
Chris Pine's in it too.
Chris Pine's in it. Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
My God, people.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you guys, I thought Kristen Wiig was pretty great up until a certain point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She got to a certain point,
right.
and then
she in the beginning of the movie, right? Yeah.
Yeah, she was great.
Probably even first half. Yeah.
Yep.
The movie made no sense. Like nothing made sense in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Vicky.
By the way, Pedro Pascal, amazing actor, completely. I mean, just wow.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
It started with the hair and just got worse.
Yeah. and you know what the sad part about that is?
He's a Mandalorian.
One of the things that had me the most excited about this movie was that they picked his character to be the bad guy, because anybody that knows, Wonder Woman comic books knows that one of the defining moments in Wonder Woman's comic book history was when she actually killed that character in the comics. And they totally wasted that.
Yep.
Miss Vicky, I know we hit your bottom 2. Did we miss anything else?
Yeah. Well, okay. So let me see. Thor itself was not my favorite. The first one.
You're right. You're right. It's not.
It's not. So that was my top of my bottom.
Is it the dyed eyebrows?
Yes, absolutely.
It's in my second to the lowest tier.
It just.
I agree with you, Benny.
Yeah,
it's not good.
No, it just didn't. It was actually.
And you know what?
Kind of forgettable.
I can blame 100% Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah,
it's like completely. Yeah, no, that was all on him.
Wait, I'm sorry, Benny. What's Kenneth's last name?
Branagh. Yeah.
We're gonna have to hold this podcast for a little bit. Benny's got a hairball.
Yeah, that's right. So, all right. So the top of my bottom list was Thor, and then Justice League.
Yep.
Batman versus Superman.
Okay.
Thor: Dark World.
Thor: Dark World.
And then my very, very, very bottom, Wonder Woman.
All right.
Yep.
Alex, do you have any others that you want to throw onto the pile?
Yeah, my absolute worst of all is Justice League, which Benny already mentioned, the original. But right above that is Iron Man 3.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
that movie's awful.
So I gotta say, Iron Man 3 is in my second worst tier, but a lot of people seem to fixate on the Mandarin.
No, he was great.
Oh, really? You're being sarcastic.
No, I'm serious. Ben Kingsley was awesome. That was funny, but like the whole story didn't coalesce. And then
mine was Iron Man 2. Was worse than Iron Man 3.
I wasn't a big fan.
You could take your pick there, but
I wasn't a big fan of Iron Man 2 either. I'm with you there. Those actually, both of them are in my second worst tier.
I dug Iron Man 2 just because I really love Sam Rockwell, and I thought he was great.
I love that
Mickey Rourke was great too.
And I love.
Yeah, he was great, actors. But it was just a lot of good
story. It was kind of a shit show.
Which is funny because that was actually the movie that introduced Black Widow. Yeah, but not that great. No.
Speaking of which, scarily close to the bottom was the Black Widow movie.
Oh no, I don't disagree. I don't agree.
I disagree.
Okay, very well. All right, you guys are missing one notable exception to this bottom list that I'm going to have to throw on to the pile.
Which one is that?
That would be Birds of Prey.
What?
I got it on my second. I have it on my second to watch. I'm sorry, Alex. I'm not with you on that one, dude. Yeah, Birds of Prey to me is just, it's not that great.
It's on my lower middle.
You need to rewatch that.
How many times have you seen it? How many times have you seen it?
Like 4 times. It's so good.
Yeah, I don't think I could survive 4 times, dude. Sorry.
I'm at 3 and my eyes are bleeding.
Look, I love all the actors. Ewan McGregor is one of my favorite actors.
Wasted.
Yeah. What's her name that
Not
played?
Wasted. He was good.
I don't know.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yeah, Mary Elizabeth Winstead. She's another actress that I was really looking forward to. Yeah, Wasted.
Yeah, I think it was more the writing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not on that one. Yeah.
I mean, the acting was great. The scenes were great and everything, but I just think it was a little bit of the writing.
Vicky, I love when Harley went into the.
So let me ask you a question.
Jail. She was great.
Where are you?
So
where
awesome.
are you? Just crossing into the realm of the bonus movies. Where are you on the original Batman movies? And this is to Alex.
Like Tim Burton movies?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
once they recast.
Where are you on that?
Once they recast Julie Newmar to become.
Because honestly, guys, to me,
about the Tim Burton movies, then my bottom 5 is totally different.
Well, my problem is that Birds of Prey has they're trying to go for that stylized.
They're not.
No, they are.
Only thing missing was bat nipples.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
They are. I'm surprised you don't notice that.
You know, the other thing too is that
the
Birds of Prey was just essentially a Harley Quinn movie. And it would have been nicer if it just focused a little bit more on the other birds.
Agreed.
You know,
it wasn't a Birds of Prey movie.
No, it wasn't.
A Birds
it really
of Prey
wasn't.
Quinn movie.
It was a Harley Quinn breakup movie.
Yep.
But I thought it was awesome.
And granted, I like Harley Quinn.
Me too.
But I think it. I think you have to. He's right. I think it did play a little bit into a little bit of the old Batman movies.
Yeah.
With a little bit timber, and it's only because of the carnival effect when they kind of did the roller skates, when they kind of went rolling through the carnival thing. But then again, that's a Joker thing too. So
he even used the vat.
Yeah, with the monster hammer, you know. So I mean, listen, it's great.
Sorry, Alex, but if it had Prince on it,
man, I love Prince. I love Harley Quinn. I love breakups. I mean, all that shit is dope.
Listen, Alex, you need to go watch the Harley Quinn cartoon. It's fantastic.
That is fantastic.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It is. All 3 seasons.
And it's I think it's rated R, right? I mean, they
definitely have
profanity and all that.
Oh my God, yes. The first scene.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Okay, so even though we're bashing up on Birds of Prey, it still made the middle of my group.
Really?
So it wasn't. I'm not saying that I didn't like it, but
fourth from the bottom for me.
It's probably about. It's probably about. No, it's number 6 for me.
Vicky,
for the DCU.
I have it firmly in the middle as well, and in terms of just DCEU movies, it's in my top.
Yeah.
In terms of just DC movies, it's
in your top 3. Are you insane?
No, man.
All right. So
it is.
So we need to go across the board. What are your top 3
Suicide
DC
Squad,
movies?
Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman 1984 are the only 2 movies even close to Birds of Prey.
Top three DC movies.
My top 3 DC movies: Man of Steel, The Suicide Squad, and Birds of Prey. Top 3.
Oh.
How could you be so wrong?
How about you, Benny?
Okay, my top 3. Well, you guys already know 2 of them: Man of Steel and the Snyder Cut. And my third one is, let me see here.
Got a bunch of ties.
My third one's Shazam.
That's my number 4.
All right, so I went Wonder Woman, the first one, the Snyder Cut, and then Shazam.
There we go. Yeah.
Solid.
So
we know Shazam is at your bottom, Bill. So
it's not not at the top. So we got Wonder Woman.
Bill, you didn't like Shazam?
No. He did not like Shazam. No. Trust me, Vicky and I went at it with him on this.
Okay, so Wonder Woman. Man of Steel with a gong, apparently.
Yeah, sorry. That's a trash can. El Kabong in the kitchen.
And number 3, barely nudging out the Snyder Cut. Number 3, is Aquaman.
You know, I'm actually surprised that Man of Steel was your number 2, because you're always ragging on me about that.
Because so there's this thing, right? I have there's two ways I view movies: what it was and what it could have or should have been. And Batman versus Superman could have and should have easily been in the top 5 of all of these.
Yeah, I agree.
And it wasn't.
I agree.
See, I just have issues,
especially
with
Batman versus
in general.
Superman. Batman versus Superman.
Yeah,
should have been a top 5 movie.
I like Henry Cavill. He's always a joy to watch. Waka waka. But
I have to put a spring sound on this one. But
I have an issue, which is the Batman and the Batman reboots, and I honestly don't think that Ben Affleck is a good Batman. I kind of liked him as Batman. I thought that the writing was really screwy on that movie, and I hated Lex Luthor. Oh god.
Yeah, my problem with that movie is that I think had a good editor gotten a hold of it, they could have saved it. But yeah, there's parts of the movie where you're just like, oh god, wait, are we gonna get to a point yet? You know
what's really sad about that movie? I have to say, I honestly think that that is probably like the best Alfred we've ever seen. And it sucks that he's kind of like we're not going to see him anymore. It was just in that and a little bit in Justice League. But Jeremy Irons was awesome as Alfred. Better than anybody.
I just don't think I personally just don't think Ben Affleck does it for me as a Batman.
He's fine.
You know what? I think that's fair. What do you think is a problem?
I told you the problem when we were at Grub Hut right after seeing Man of Steel the first time and the second time and the third time, and then going to see Batman versus Superman. I also again at Grub Hut. I told you what the problem is, Benny. Snyder does not like Superman. He's trying to make him into a dark character, and he's not. He doesn't like Superman for what Superman is. He wants to make Superman into something that he's not.
You know what? In part, I can agree with that.
He's not Wolverine.
He's definitely not.
The thing is that you can't have Superman the way you traditionally have him anymore in movies.
But you can.
Like you could try it, but it's not going to really work. So I at least give Snyder credit for trying something a little different.
If you can pull off, honestly,
Captain America, you can
pull off a cop. I was just going to say, if you can pull off a Captain America, the same thing.
I'll tell you what. I'm on the fence with that.
I guess maybe I'll shut up because I think you guys are 100% right on that.
But here's my issue with the DCEU is that you can feel and see the infighting within the production team on the screen.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Because it's inconsistent.
Yeah.
There's writing inconsistencies, there's editing and shooting inconsistencies. And that's what translates is the actual behind the scenes work that happens.
Yeah. And from what we've seen right now with, what's his name? Ray Parker Jr. or
Ray Park.
Ray Park. Right. I mean, obviously they have issues with, with the cast and with the production team and all that.
And for the fact that their own production issues spill out into the public.
Yeah.
Which also brings up issues with the movie.
But Vicky, and I think you just brought up like a great point. Because if you can make Cap work nowadays, you definitely could make Superman work. And I hadn't thought of it like that.
So the problem
could.
The problem that I see is DC in general. The decision makers don't trust the characters to be what they are, and they don't have an equivalent to Kevin Feige.
Yeah,
they definitely don't. Yeah,
and
you're
that's
right.
that's the big problem. They have this kind of committee and these suits that, like, if something goes wrong, oh, the Rotten Tomato score wasn't high enough. Oh, it didn't make this much money.
No,
Let's change this. Let's change
plus,
that.
let's also be clear, right? Because they got on their filming team. Who's this writer that used to be amazing and now
Jeff Johns.
Yeah, so Jeff Johns is completely turned into a disappointment and a sellout, and everything that he did to make all of those characters amazing, he's just completely thrown out into.
I don't think that's his choice. I think that is pressure probably that's placed on him.
Maybe, yeah.
But there's the decision maker. They don't have a single decision maker.
They don't, and they should, because Kevin Feige has shown that if you have one cohesive vision, then you can make it work.
The other thing too, I just want to interject one more thing, is that if you also notice with the DC movies, the DCEU movies, is that there's a lot of action movie formulas that they put in there, which makes them unoriginal.
Video games.
And that has a lot to do with Zack Snyder.
Right.
It does, dude. It really
they're unoriginal,
does.
and you expect the outcome before it happens, and that was a major problem. What happened with Wonder Woman 1984 is it was expected, and I was waiting for the screaming guy that they always put in every single movie.
So I'm going to tell you, I think
it was in there.
No, and they made a good decision by letting Zack Snyder take the helm. Okay, but had they then tried to give him that role that Kevin Feige has, and that was not a good call.
And he
that
wasn't
a good call. He can't handle that, right?
But they should have let him complete his vision, because at least his vision was cohesive. Like, everything after that has been like disjointed and kind of crazy. He had an idea.
One thing I do want to bring up, and this is about the Zack Snyder cut, because we never actually talked about it on the podcast.
Yes, too much music. I agree.
One thing that was amazing was, you took the character of the Joker in Suicide Squad, which was horrible. I mean, it was deplorable.
Yeah,
and he was only in the Snyder cut for what, a minute and a half, maybe.
Not even.
He completely redeemed his performance. I mean, that minute and a half, he showed what he could have done.
Maybe. I mean, the inconsistency, the swings, the
formulas.
It's kind of like when you're trying to play catch up, right?
Yeah.
You're reacting instead of giving what your vision was and your goal was. So if this one they said was a little too much of this, and then they swing too far the other way, they don't have the conviction of their characters or of the story to stick with and have a cohesive plot, and they end up swinging. It's kind of like, this may come across as me not liking DC, but it's kind of like the Transformer movies. They've gotten so bad that when a good one came out, Bumblebee, it didn't do any box office because everybody had been burned so much. They're like, oh, it's just another pile of junk, and I'm not going to go watch it. And that was actually a really good movie. Probably
that was really good.
It was very good.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, and I think it resonates between the two universes, is that I don't think the DCEU has a lot of forward thought. So if you notice with the MCU, there's a lot of Easter eggs. There's a lot of things in the movies that could be 4 movies down that somehow pull from former movies.
Can I tell you something, Vicky? More than likely, it's because with the MCU movies, they know that something else is coming up.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
They're so insecure. Yeah, they're so insecure that it's going to be the only movie that they
and I'm just saying, like, if they compile a universe, which I don't know if they're trying or trying not to, but
it doesn't seem like there's enough world building going on.
Versus the other way, which they plan like the first part of a generation of for the next, you know.
And I'm telling you guys, they've let the suits take over the DCEU and they've screwed it up because I mean, guys, seriously, Marvel, the MCU is hitting the multiverse before DCEU, and DC is known for the multiverse.
That's crazy. You're right.
Insane. It's insane.
That's true. Yep.
How many DC movies have been announced and never came out?
Just, you know, a handful.
Oh,
like 12.
A handful, man.
I was putting together
Baker's
our list.
dozen?
I was putting together our list, and we're going to get into upcoming movies soon. I was putting together our list, and do you know when The Rock was announced as being cast as Black Adam?
That's still happening, though, right?
I think I was in my 30s.
Okay.
Do you know when that was? I believe
like 5, 6 years ago.
2014.
That's nuts.
Okay,
that is nuts.
Using the power of the podcast
and
with all our
to your point, Bill. To your point, Flashpoint was actually announced way before Spider-Man. Way before.
And now they can't even decide if they're going to make it.
It just kind of goes back to, you know,
there's no plan.
Infighting and no plan and lack of vision. And you know, and they could do so much potential.
But they're not believing in them.
The actors are great.
You know what's funny, Vicky, is that DC usually was always hailed as having more significant villains than
they definitely do.
And but now at this point, Marvel's been able to make all of their insignificant villains relevant by making them pretty amazing in their movies.
But if you really think about like, I'm going to make a villain list for the MCU, it's really kind of hard to really grab them as standouts like the Joker or the Riddler or whatever. But you're right.
All right, so we've got a new segment coming to the podcast. This is a public service announcement that we've been asked to put forth. The public service announcement that we are doing for the good of the community, for all of our people. Here is our public service announcement. Let me read it. We would like to announce that there is a petition, and this petition should have a GoFundMe page. And what we are proposing on this petition, I don't know who wrote this copy. It's very hard, very small for me to read. But anyway, we petition that DC sell their rights to Marvel and let somebody run it with skill, talent, knowledge, and capability. This is for the good of the comic book community. Think of the crossovers we could have. Think of the movie potential we could have.
Think of the children.
That's right. Save the children. We could have heroes. We could have villain crossovers. We could do Marvel
much potential.
Versus DC.
Didn't that come up at one point?
Why is there no use of some of the classic DC lines, comic book lines? All their history. They've got tons of great runs. There's no Injustice. There's no Infinity Crisis. Oh wait, Doctor Strange in the Infinity Crisis. No, that's not Doctor Strange in the Infinity Crisis. I don't think he was involved in it. Think of some of the villains that you could have going against other people. You could have.
They're actually doing a cartoon of Injustice, by the way.
They are.
Yeah,
they are. We need this to happen, and I, being the comic book steward that I try to be, with our vast and intellectual listenership, thought that we could do nothing better than to put forth this proclamation, this petition, this begging for them to give DC characters over and movies over to somebody who has the consideration for the characters, the conviction of their thoughts and ideas, and the plan.
And the thought for the public.
Do it for the kids.
Do it for the children.
Bill,
for 25 cents a day,
I gotta
you could feed.
You
oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, Marvel would never do anything as awesome as having Lex Luthor feed a politician a Jolly Rancher. like straight into his mouth.
Yeah.
I mean,
with a little
why would you want to
gum,
change that?
With a little gum massage there?
Yeah, why would you want to change that? I mean, that's just
we have
fantastic.
a Loki. We have a Loki working on eyesight. That's right.
All right. Gentlemen, I think we have proven yet again that I am unbiased. And
how do we prove that?
And
we got you to agree.
And accurate that the Marvel movies to this point have been better, and they're consistently better, and the data supports this. And you guys have agreed with everything I've said so far, so thank you. Should we do a little bit of recent MCU TV shows, or do you want to get into the upcoming movie schedule? Because I'm very excited.
Well, okay.
Are we going to rate the bonus movies too?
We can.
And do we have any upcoming DC universe movies?
We do.
Okay.
If the document.
Okay. Well, I just saw so many more Marvel, so it.
They're there.
Okay. Yeah. There's a couple. There's a few. There's a tiny bit.
Yes, but they don't plan anything. I can't help you there.
Yeah.
All right. The boys, you guys haven't gotten to talk about the 3 Marvel TV shows. Well, 3.5. What If is out now. You guys want to go? We want to go in chronological order, and we'll all do What If. To this point, we've only had 2 episodes of What If.
I haven't seen any of the episodes.
I haven't seen it either.
You gotta watch them.
No, but I will. Right, so I will tell you this: I'm looking forward to it a lot. Growing up, I was probably one of the few kids that always bought the What If books because I liked seeing alternate storylines. Where things happen that wouldn't ever happen in the regular comic book. So when I saw that this was coming out, and that it was animated, and that it was like a stylized animation, I was really excited. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Okay, Alex, What If? We're not going to go into it since you guys haven't seen it.
I was a big fan of the comics too, so I'm going to watch it. I'm just waiting for a few more episodes.
Okay, Vicky's going to explode, so we need to change topics, or she's just going to bulldoze everything and start dropping all knowledge.
I'm doing really well. I'm putting all to prevent bulldozing. I got a pad and paper here.
Yeah. Okay. And it's done so well. All right. So let's start with the beginning. It shouldn't have been the first show. It actually should have been the second show, but COVID impacted things and schedules got switched. The first show that came out was WandaVision.
Still my favorite.
Still your favorite. Okay.
So we talked about WandaVision on I think we did a show where before it was finished, right? But
yes, we did.
Honestly, the conclusion of the show just made it even better for me. I mean,
so they landed it.
I loved it. I loved the ending. I loved Monica. I loved Agatha, even though I was surprised a little bit because in the comic books, Agatha Harkness is not actually a villain. But I did like the way that they portrayed her.
You need to
I don't think she was really in the villain.
You were
in this
not
one.
surprised at anything, Benny.
No,
you were not surprised by anything.
God, yeah. Alex, he always complains because I get spoiled a lot of times. Which, by the way, I haven't finished watching Loki, but you guys can talk freely about it because I already know what the big.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I think with the WandaVision, after going back and watching it a second time, I think I really had an issue with the slow burn. I really still don't think Agatha Harkness. But I mean, it nailed it out of the park at the end.
Vicky, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I don't think that Wanda is actually a villain as much as an opportunist.
So every time I have recommended the show to somebody, every time I've recommended the show to somebody, that's usually the first thing I tell them is you got to get through the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Because I know for people that aren't into comic books, people that maybe aren't into kitschy things, people that don't necessarily appreciate the nostalgia, they may not get into the first 3 episodes as I'm guessing we all did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if Vicky put her phone down, she would have got into it. But
I love.
No, I really still had a problem with that, but I would.
But
say,
after those first 3, it's great.
And then it really started to pick up. And then, like I said, Agatha Harkness, I don't think that she's much as a villain as an opportunist.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Killing her mom and her entire coven. Yeah, she's a great person.
Because they were killing her basically. So I would call that.
I also want to say, guys, I mean, really, let's be honest. Vision has been kind of crappy throughout most of his movie appearances, and this show really allowed him to shine. I thought it was good.
Yeah. Well, he never really was a main character in any of it. He was always the supporting. So,
and it allowed. I mean, Paul Bettany is a great actor.
Really is.
So finally, he got his moment to shine, and he did.
Yeah,
they both did. I mean, Elizabeth Olsen was amazing.
Well, you know what? Awesome. Yeah, I think Elizabeth Olsen. She's pretty consistent. I mean,
she's been Wanda in everything I've seen.
Yeah, that's right.
She's consistent with her accent too.
Well, that part was Whedoned. Anyway,
but her portrayal of Wanda in this show was true to the comic book character. I mean, the comic book character's always been, up and down and nice. You see that, Alex? That's Vicky dressed as Wanda.
That's awesome.
So consistent as Wanda in the comics. Well, I go back further than you on Wanda. So Wanda's not consistent. So I'd have to think about that. But I do like what she did with the character.
Nutty.
Oh, she has. But she's always been. It's like a roller coaster ride for her.
Yeah.
Now this is the first time that they actually showed the extent of her power to the point that it's similar to, because in all of the Avengers movies, okay, she was powerful, she had the flashy stuff, but they never showed that she could alter reality the way she could in the
Endgame. She did pretty good.
Yeah, but here it the fact that she was controlling all of these people, with ease. It was. Yeah,
she was only distracted in commercials. Since we did the WandaVision wrap up, pre-wrap up, we never did a post wrap up. There's been a rumor, I don't know that it's true or not, because I haven't ever, life is busy and I haven't been able to track it down and trace all the sources. There was a rumor that those commercials were actually Doctor Strange trying to reach out to Wanda inside the bubble. Did you guys hear about that?
No way.
No, but that's pretty awesome. That will definitely merit a second view.
if that's the rumor, see, that's forward thinking.
Well, what they're saying was there was a plan. Remember, COVID impacted this one a little bit as well. There was a plan for Benedict Cumberbatch to kind of pop in because he's going to be in the next one. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know if that's fact or fiction, but it sounds pretty cool to me. All right, moving on to the weakest of the three. Let's go to Falcon and Winter Soldier. Alex.
I liked it. I agree with you that it is the weakest of the three, but I liked it. I especially liked, I think his name is Wyatt Russell, who played John Walker. I thought he was really good.
Texas Ranger.
Yeah, I thought he was cool. And, it was a good show. It just wasn't that strong. It was okay.
Here's the thing. A
solid B-.
I haven't finished watching Loki yet, so I can't really rate it. But
you do know how it ends.
I do know how it ends.
Of course you do.
Yeah. What I was gonna say is, to me, the Winter Soldier show is the easiest one for me to recommend to non-comic book fans.
Really?
Sure.
Yeah.
The thing that bothered me about the show was the obvious rewrite and rescope of the script due to COVID being involved, and the Peacemaker plot line just devolving into a mess. I mean,
you're right. That did get messy.
I'm not a fan of that.
I mean, they had a very prominent actress playing the chief villain's something.
I think she was great though.
No.
Louise Dreyfus was.
No. Remember the curly red haired? lead.
Oh, right.
He's talking about the
right.
There was
Flag Smasher, whatever her name is.
Yes.
Wait, but she's a prominent actress?
No.
Oh, okay. You're saying okay.
The older lady who they were mourning getting sick or dying.
Oh, got it.
Was apparently part of the prior plot with the virus. Remember the whole virus thing that the whole thing started on when they saved it off the train?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And she, it's kind of like, well, not quite, but let's make it even worse. You have Jack Nicholson in your movie, but you don't have him ever speak.
Yes.
That's
a waste.
Kind of a waste.
Yeah,
there's a little more that can be done with this great actress, and she's not there. And it didn't have that consistent flow, that consistent theme, that, are there things you can poke holes in? Yes. Are there little things you can win a no prize for noticing, like, oh, the glass was half full here and now it's 3/4 full. How did it fill up in the middle? Whatever. There's always stuff like that. Let's just call this the most DC Marvel show yet.
I would have to say in my,
I thought I'd get killed on that one.
Yeah. Well, no, I thought
there's no bias.
Yeah. I felt that it was like Bill was. It was inconsistent.
Choppy.
I think it was choppy. I thought it was sloppy. And honestly, at the very end, it just kind of felt like womp womp.
Yeah.
Was that the Henry Cavill
like,
womp womp, or was that a different womp womp?
No, that was a waka waka.
Oh,
so no. But granted, it really had a very high bar to meet at the same time without the budget, I'm sure.
They spend money on those shows.
Yeah, but not like a Marvel movie. This is them dancing in and out of the
they still got Disney dollars.
They do have Disney dollars.
But they're not going to invest in it like they for a TV show as they would for an MCU movie universe. So for the screen, but granted they had COVID at the same time, and I would have to say that it was at my bottom for the DC. For the Disney Marvel on television. And right. Wanda probably would have been there, but once you get beyond the slow burn, it just picked up. So
I did like the subplot with
Isaiah Bradley. Isaiah Bradley?
With
Isaiah Bradley. Yeah, I did like that because that's a really underplayed character in the Marvel, in the comic books, right? So the fact that they brought him out and kind of included that in it was pretty cool. But yeah, I definitely agree. It didn't live up to the expectations.
It was the weakest, but like I said, I thought some of the performances were good. Sebastian Stan is always awesome.
Oh, he's always good.
Yeah. He's so great. And
I can't wait for him to be Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, that's let's not talk Star Wars. Junkiness.
All right, so I think we all agree some of the characters great, some of the acting was great, some of the arcs were great, but the inconsistency, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, third one. Benny's only halfway through. Why? I don't know. But anyway.
No, you can talk.
Okay,
about
he knows everything that's going to happen.
Talk freely. I'm halfway through, and yeah, I know what happens. So
okay.
Loki ranked my number one because Tom Hiddleston. I'm sorry.
Is that a Waka Waka again? Or?
Yeah, he's a Waka Waka too.
All right, very well.
So yeah, I think Tom Hiddleston is an absolute phenomenal actor. And there is just nothing that he really can touch that is wrong at this point. Only because his acting is so wide range, and he does such a great job with Loki that he just transforms that. He becomes a different person. He absorbs Loki, and he's perfectly cast for that character. And I think they did a really good job with Loki. I like the idea about going into different realms and different worlds just to get away from the absolute ordinary. So it was nice to see different variations of them skipping around the universe, which was a lot of fun. I thought it was relatively consistent.
Mm-hmm.
and interesting. And I kind of like this softer version of Loki. But then you have all the other Lokis popping in, which was super interesting, like alligator Loki. I mean, it's awesome. But they also paid a lot of attention to detail in that show also, which I enjoyed.
I liked
I thought that part was great.
I like seeing him back. You know, it's been a while since I've seen Owen Wilson doing anything, and this was
it was awesome seeing him there. He was really good.
I think season 2 should be spectacular. I think
Absolutely.
Kang actor is the first time I've seen him in anything. I haven't seen him anywhere else.
But you never saw Lovecraft Country?
No.
Unfortunately, that show got canceled, but it is
he was pretty good in that.
Very good watch. Very good watch. Strong recommend. The only sad thing is that, and the show is actually where I got introduced not to just the Kang actor, but also the actress that plays the first guard in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the
B12 or whatever. B25 or whatever.
She plays a prominent role in Lovecraft Country as well.
Right.
That's a solid show if you get a chance to watch. Yep.
I wasn't thrilled about his. I'm going to call him Immortus. I'm not sure that's who he was acting.
I think so.
I think he was a little too comedic for it.
A little bit,
but I think he can do it.
Oh, I'm sure he showed that he can definitely act. It just I didn't like his interpretation.
Have you brushed up on your Avengers?
Not recent stuff, but old stuff, yeah.
Okay, because Immortus is kind of a joke in the books.
He's not
the old, not the old stuff.
He's like this retarded feral kind of.
Ramatut.
Oh, is that okay? So that's the So Vicky, in the comic books, that character has like, what is it, like 6 different versions?
At least.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so remember, I kind of have a hole from like 2000 on reading comic books. So pre-2000, Immortus was not a joke in any way.
Yeah, no, I thought he played him a little too goofy, but I know he can do it right.
No, Kang himself is definitely a great villain, and it's good that they're putting him in here. It's going to be good that he's an Ant-Man, and I kind of think that he can be kind of a way of bridging into the Fantastic Four as well. But
hopefully.
we'll see.
And they are 100% setting up the young Avengers.
They are.
They've teased the 2 kids, Scott Lang's daughter. I mean, and now that we have Kang, we'll have Iron Lad and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yep. So, Benny, you need to finish that. So what if we already talked about? So let's talk about what's coming up. Let's finish with let's look forward, people.
So what is the next Marvel show? Is it Hawkeye or
Marvel show is Hawkeye. I'm not sure when that came out. I did put down the movies on the bottom.
I think it's December, Bill.
Yeah. So the next thing that comes out is Shang-Chi.
Hey, I have an idea. Why don't we, as we go through here from A, B, C, rank them as in, yes, you want to see them, but how excited do you want to see them?
Okay. I can tell you how good it is if you like, but go ahead. Shang-Chi. I can't say Shang-Chi. I always said Shang-Chi when I read it, but I'm working on it. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It's supposed to be Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Who knew? Anyway.
Since the 70s, we've been calling him Shang-Chi.
I know. The whole thing. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. Most of my jokes are no longer funny, but that's just anyway. Sorry, not too much, but anyway. Coming out September 3rd, 2021. Thoughts?
It is probably one of my movies I'm least excited to see.
Excellent.
I'm not very excited. I did like the last trailer that showed Abomination fighting in a cage.
Fighting Wu?
Was he? Was that who he was fighting?
Yeah.
That's awesome, actually. It just got me a little more excited.
Okay.
It was on the bottom of my list. It was one of the movies I was looking the least forward to. Since the trailers, since the reviews I've read, Yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. I'm actually thinking, it may be worth going to the theater for it too.
I just think for me personally, I'm just not a fan of that genre.
Yeah.
As much as I want to be,
Okay.
I'm just not. I just can't get into it.
So let me just say,
You're wrong.
It based on what I've seen, this definitely has the potential of being, and it's cliche.
I mean, you
whatever,
probably
but
already know the end
being
and
the
what comes
Asian
after.
Black Panther. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as
I mean, prove me wrong, please.
Yeah. No.
But-
and I'm telling you, because believe me, when they first announced this movie, I'm like, why? Why are you going to waste resources in making that movie? Of course, since then, I knew that obviously Disney also needs to make it a point to they're in it to make money. So, they needed to make a movie that catered directly to the Chinese market, which right now it makes more money than the US market as far as movies. So they had to do something like that. However, in spite of the fact that it is based on one of the worst characters in Marvel comic book history, because let's be real,
It changed it a little
the
bit.
character is horrible.
Wait, but let's also be real, Benny. What they've done in the MCU, they've really taken crappy characters and made them awesome.
That's where I was heading. And it looks like this could be another instance of that. Right now, I'm rooting for Shang-Chi to be the next Vulture. Okay,
not just Vulture. You know what I was thinking? Iron Man was literally a joke before 2008.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, he was not that good.
No,
and
he wasn't.
His comics kind of suck. But
his comics still kind of sucks. But
well, I don't know. I haven't looked at it lately. But I mean, now Iron Man, everybody knows who Iron Man is. But before 2008, he was kind of a joke.
Yeah.
So
I would say he's in my bottom third tier.
So Vicky will be disappointed to learn, my little birdies, I have a couple people that I know. My little birds. This will be a top 5 on our list.
All right. I just, I'm just not into martial arts
forward to
movies. I want it to be. So
Okay.
let's take a look.
All right. It's my birthday gift to the world.
But
Yes.
remember, first and foremost, this is a comic book movie.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a comic book movie that has martial arts in it, but it is first and foremost a comic book movie, and it's going to be our first real introduction to the actual Mandarin, right?
Top 5.
Okay.
Top 5.
All right.
Can you give us a rundown of the plot and the ending of the movie, please?
I can if you
up.
like.
No.
No,
okay,
he's
we're
being sarcastic.
Okay.
good.
Next movie coming up in November on the 5th, we have Eternals. The Eternals trailer just dropped today. So let us
That
know.
is
everybody.
my
Finally,
top tier.
They're gonna
Number
drop.
1.
They're gonna drop what the Inhumans should have been.
Yeah.
That's what has me scared. I see this the Eternals, and I think the Inhumans kind of suck.
No, the
But
Inhumans are
it's got a
amazing
bigger
characters.
budget.
The show was sucky, but the characters are amazing. And to me, what I'm looking forward to is finally having, one of those visions that from Jack Kirby to actually make it into the big screen and do it the right way. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Did everybody see the trailer?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I have.
I think you'll like it.
I saw it. It was pretty good.
Right.
It actually
Got a
explains
lot of
little bit
actors
more.
that you love, dude.
No, I like Richard Madden a lot, and I like Kumail Nanjiani, and I mean I'm not a huge fan of those characters, and hopefully the movie's good and I'll like it.
If it was comic books, I would say low on my list. Shang-Chi would be low on my list, but it looks good. It looks like it's going to be probably.
What, Eternals are low on your list?
Yeah, from a comic book character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and Vicky, in the comics, the Eternals really suck.
Okay.
It's not true. Dude, you hardly read anything that has anything to do with Eternals.
It's awful.
No, you can't comment on something that you don't know.
I can tell you the New Gods suck, the Eternals suck, the Inhumans suck.
Right.
All three of those
all
suck.
three of those, how many issues of any of their comic books have you actually read?
About 3, because each one sucks.
Okay, thank you.
But they suck.
Thank you. No, dude, you don't put out an opinion on something you don't know.
Oh, brothers,
that's what
slamming it down. Oh, it's a knife fight.
No,
that's what the internet is, Benny.
No. By the way, I've read all 3 of those significantly, and I'm a big fan of all 3 of those. And again,
You're a big fan of Shang-Chi.
No, but
He's a big fan of the
no,
New
we're
Gods,
talking
which
New
is so
Gods.
bad.
New
Phil,
Gods.
have you ever read
We're
New
talking New
Gods?
Gods and Humans.
Yes.
And hello,
Bill, New Gods suck.
the
Come on,
number
man. Be
one
honest.
villain in the DC universe came from where?
Thank you, Bill.
Where did he come from?
Jack
It
Kirby, New
doesn't
Gods.
matter. It sucks.
Villain that, by the way, was imitated by Marvel to come up with their number one villain.
Who cares?
Listen,
And
that's
it's not their
listen.
number one villain. By
Listen,
the way.
Benny, that argument would mean that DC movies are good because they have one good movie with Wonder Woman. So you can't use the same argument. Anyway, third movie coming up, I believe after Hawkeye comes out. Should we do Hawkeye? I don't have the TV shows in my list. No. Okay, we're not doing it. Spider-Man, No Way Home, because we got to get home in the title no matter what we do.
Awesome.
That's B for me.
Oh no, that shouldn't be. That should be up there.
That
should be up there. Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Only thing that has me worried is Sony being involved. Anyway.
There's so much nostalgia in that movie. I'm definitely looking forward to them introducing all of the multiverse in there. Yeah.
Speaking of introductions, for some reason it doesn't come under the MCU. Probably because it's not, although it might be. Venom 2 did not make the list, but is coming out somewhere around there. Venom 2?
Oddly enough, I'm kind of excited for that.
I am too, because so look,
Redemption.
So
the first one was really awful.
First one, no, hold on.
Awful.
Okay, yes, that is what I want to point out.
Awful.
The story might have been awful, but the movie was fun to watch.
It was like going for a swim in a lobster tank.
The movie was fun to watch. Okay, and the fact that the second one has Woody Harrelson, what else do you need?
A story?
Dude, Woody Harrelson playing Cletus Cassidy is genius. I mean, you couldn't pick a better actor to play that role.
Yet another example of the issue you have when you don't have consistency of vision. Yeah. What was Cletus Cassidy's look at the end of the first Venom movie, and what is his look now?
Don't give anything away.
Anyway, okay.
Benny, what's the end of Venom 2? Can you tell us?
Shut up.
What is coming out in March is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. A
tier.
I almost want to say F.
Really?
Why?
I love the idea. I love Benedict Cumberbatch. I love Doctor Strange. I fucking hate Sam Raimi. Oh, sorry.
I
hate Sam Raimi.
Okay. Well, that's your problem. Yeah.
Spider-Man 3 was awesome. And Spider-Man, it really was.
Yeah, but you loved 1 and 2. So
I kind of loved 1. 2 was
you loved 2.
2 was better.
2 was the Wonder Woman of the original MCU.
2 was better.
I think
way.
Okay, so Spider-Man 2 is where Alex becomes a hipster because he just wants to go against the fact that there's so much love for Spider-Man 2. Look.
Is his collar popped on that polo shirt?
Yeah. We got Tom Hiddleston in it. We got Wanda's in it. Yeah. Bruce Campbell's in it.
Of course, you know that the reason that
you really got me worried. I thought you had Tom Hiddleston in Spider-Man 2.
But you got to remember, Alex, the reason that Bill is looking forward to it is because he was a huge Xena fanboy. So
that would be. Wait a minute.
I did not know that, Bill.
Female kicking butt. Who is going to be the fan? She is. Anyway. All right, so we're all in line for that one. Next one, I'm concerned, honestly concerned. Not rooting against it. Don't root against any movies. I'm concerned. Thor: Love and Thunder.
I'm scared.
Really?
That's an A for me, guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm with you.
I want it to be an A. I do.
I do too.
Concerned. I'm not concerned with that one.
The title's setting me off a little bit.
I trust Taika Waititi. He does.
Yeah,
good
Taika
stuff.
Waititi is great, and I love
Christian
Natalie
Bale's in it.
Portman. I love the fact that Natalie Portman's coming back.
Mhm.
Does
Actually,
Natalie Portman
Christian
love
Bale.
that Natalie Portman's coming back though? Because that's
Yeah.
the important part. Because she didn't look like she wanted to be in the second one.
You
I'll
know
tell
what?
you what.
They just don't have a chemistry. That's what I.
Well, mind
Christian
you,
Bale.
at that point,
Christian
at
Bale.
least in the
Christian
comic
Bale.
books, at that point, they're
Someone
not
mentioned Christian
in
Bale.
love with each other. I think the Love and Thunder might actually refer to her having some kind of relationship with Valkyrie.
Christian Bale?
Who knows?
With Christian Bale.
But
Christian
but
Bale.
no, Christian Bale's
There
actually
is Christian
not
Bale.
him, but his character is what worries me, because that character isn't exactly God Killer isn't,
Translatable.
and he's not even that great a villain, you know. But we'll see. I mean, it's Christian Bale, so he
Yeah.
could, make it great. We'll see.
All right, that's May 6th. And then coming up quickly after that, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, July 8th.
You don't think
My top tier.
You guys don't think that'll be delayed?
I don't know how they're going to get that one out.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't think that'll come out.
Last I heard, it's not even started
Yeah.
recording.
Have you
so.
guys heard what they're gonna do? I mean, is
No.
it gonna be Shuri
I've heard
being
rumors, but
Black
nothing.
Panther? No.
It should be Siri. Or
I've heard it.
Shiri-
I've heard it won't
Shiri?
be.
Yeah.
But it could be. Should be.
Okay.
Should be, but we'll see. Yeah.
I've also heard, and this could be probably the worst rumor, although I would like it, but not the way that it ended with the first movie. Having I just blanked on everything. Killmonger somehow body switched.
I could go for that.
It kind of invalidates the first movie though.
Yeah, I don't know.
It does,
about
but
that.
Michael B. Jordan is, an actor that could probably, pull it off pretty
Look,
well.
I love Michael B. Jordan, and I know I have heard that he's in the movie. I definitely don't. I like him being in the movie and stuff, and yeah, he's an amazing actor. But yeah, the whole thing with the body switch, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I would
Seems
much rather
weird.
have Shuri as Black Panther, in line with what's in the comic books. By the way,
True. All right. The movie we all know is going to move towards the end of July. 8 years in the making.
Yeah.
Black Adam.
Womp womp.
Wait,
Well,
no,
I'm hoping
wait a
it's going to be
second.
good.
I thought the second Shazam movie was actually coming out before Black Adam.
Nope. No, not according to what I see.
Okay. Because I actually saw a picture from the set of the second Shazam movie. I haven't seen any pictures from the set of Black Adam.
Black Adam wrapped a couple months ago.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
So why aren't there any pictures of The Rock?
idea. I have no idea.
Wow. Okay.
Black Adam. Anybody care?
I do.
Mm,
No,
I do.
not
I want to
I
care.
like that
I want to
character.
care.
Look, I care. I care actually more because that character
Could be great.
It could be great. Exactly. So
Could be horrible too.
yeah, unlike you, I know you didn't like Shazam, but yeah, if they gave it the same treatment, I'd be very happy.
I just don't want them to screw things up.
Yeah, I don't want them to screw things up. Now, mind you, keep in mind.
Oh,
this
we're
is The
getting
Rock.
to screwing
This
things
is
up.
The Rock.
It's coming.
The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock can do no wrong. So
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw was good.
the show was great. What are you talking about, dude?
The Tooth Fairy.
Oh my
that was bad, but it still had some it had some redeeming qualities.
Speaking of screwing things up, I believe this is most apropos. In November, I'll believe it when I see it. November 4th is what's on the list right now. The Flash movie, which I believe will not happen.
No.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Is probably the stereotypical chance for DC to absolutely take a Flashpoint movie and screw it up so badly.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love them to prove me wrong. Love the story. Love the characters.
Yeah, that's my bottom tier.
Okay. Next, coming out November 11th, literally 1 week after Flashpoint debacle, which will be moved. The Marvels.
I don't know enough about them.
What is that?
I'm looking forward to that. But
what is that?
But
it's Captain Marvel Part 2 with Ms. Marvel, with Monica Rambeau, with
everybody.
So I think the success of that movie is going to be very dependent on the success of the Ms. Marvel show, which is supposed to air first, right?
I believe it is.
Yeah. So I think if they can do a great job on the Ms. Marvel show, then I mean, look, Monica is already a great character, right? And having
I would put it as TBD.
Yeah, TBD. I think that's
yeah.
fair.
The first Captain Marvel movie was all right in my opinion. I really liked Brie Larson.
I was talking about Monica.
Okay, Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, because she didn't.
You don't like her?
No, she didn't get enough to do for me to know.
Yeah, but I think the way they introduced her and the fact that just when you thought that they weren't going to put her powers in, they actually did. Yeah. That was great. You know? Yeah.
I'm hopeful. As we all know, Captain Marvel is my second favorite. All right. Next, coming up in Christmas season, we have 12/16. We have, which means it's 4 weeks after The Flash, by the way. So one of those is moving. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
My top tier.
Yeah, so I think Aquaman has a much greater chance of actually coming out on time than Flashpoint.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of Ezra Miller as a Flash, by the way, but moving on. Not sure I'm a big fan of Ezra Miller, period, but that's a different story.
I'm not a big fan of him, period, Bill.
Part of the reason that production was probably delayed too was because of the issues that he had recently.
I'm not even getting to the issues.
Yeah,
but I mean those are those
no,
are
but I kind of liked him in Fantastic Beasts.
But also Aquaman is probably one of the more successful movies of the DCEU. It was clean.
Yeah.
It was a clean show.
Wait, so number 3, Bill? Come on.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Right. So I think it'll do well.
I think I heard, Bill, that Michael Fassbender is in Aquaman.
Oh, that's a plus.
It definitely is.
Absolutely. All right. Next up in February 2023, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, the follow-up to that famous Who album.
Yeah. Is that also going to be dancing with the multiverse? And this Doctor Strange?
And Kang's going to be in it.
I think so. Kang's in it. Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to dip in their feet. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the whole multiverse storyline.
I was disappointed in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm hoping this one goes back.
I mean, I wasn't disappointed. I enjoyed them. I
enjoyed it. I just didn't think it was
wasn't as good as the first one.
Right.
Yeah. Two levels down for me. All right. I'm sure you guys will like this. It comes out near Vicky's birthday, Cinco de Mayo, 2023.
I'm all in.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yep.
Go ahead. Have fun.
James Gunn.
I'll be there.
I like Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it's hilarious.
Wait, but Bill, wasn't it you aren't you like a Nova fanboy?
Yeah. Has he been in it yet?
No, but he probably is going to be in this one.
We just had the entire planet appear. We had the entire Nova Corps appear. We blew up the entire planet. We had a reason to have somebody. If somebody's going to be mad that the entire Nova Prime planet went up in bajillion pieces, could have brought him in there. Still not there.
Bill's got a grudge. That's why Bill's grudging.
Yeah, no, Benny. I think we'll get Adam Warlock before we get Nova.
I'm thinking
so. No, I think we will. I think we will get Adam Warlock, but yeah, I still think.
If he was a new Avenger, he'd be here already. But that's just beside the point. Anyway,
Vicky, I think you're right. He's got a grudge.
He does. He does.
And it's James Gunn. But anyway,
actually, believe it or not, there is more of a likelihood too, Bill, because now they kind of need more.
I know
more heroes to be a part of those.
All right, the last one that I had a date that I was able to find that I would believe, because I found a whole bunch of dates in places that I don't believe. Shazam! Fury of the Gods, June 2nd, 2023.
Wow, that's that far out.
Excited.
It is.
I'm about a B for that, like a B plus.
I'm excited, but I that one I don't think will be delayed. Like I said, they're actually already they put out pictures from.
They need Black Adam to be out before it, though, Ben.
Yeah, you said they finished production, right?
Doesn't mean they're going to release it. They've announced.
Adams, yeah.
How many DC movies get? Anyway. All right, the first Marvel movie that has been announced that I could not find a date and has been secret for a very long time.
I know what you're going to say.
Blade.
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Fantastic Four was announced before.
Again, we get another Fantastic Four.
Would you?
No, we need it. No, we need it
badly.
I know we need it. I know, but are they going to mess this one up too?
They didn't mess up the first one.
This time you got Disney. There.
You got our Lord and Savior Kevin Feige.
Bill, you said they didn't mess up the first one. I mean, it was okay, but
no. I'm not saying the first one wasn't messed up. I said they didn't mess up the first.
So
one.
What are you saying?
Fox.
That Roger Corman?
No.
Fox.
Because technically that was the first one. That was the first one.
No, but that Roger Corman one, nobody could see that. I mean, this is a Tim Story one.
Yeah.
So you've got the Fox example of what to do when you don't have a plan, as depicted by their Fantastic Fours and their X-Men. Yeah. Because the X-Men is kind of like a roller coaster ride.
Wait. Guys, we've already talked X-Men. We don't need to get into this. The quality and the awesomeness of that series, was just great.
Every other one.
I'm just looking at the DC releases.
It's like Star Trek. It's like every other one.
And I don't see any consistency.
Good, bad. That's still good.
I don't know if DC is trying or not trying, or they're just doing just cutaway only movies, but I really don't see how some of these tie into each other.
Yeah.
Don't worry. DC doesn't worry about that thing.
No, they really don't.
Okay.
I don't think they really
the sad thing is that
we haven't talked about the Fantastic Four movie the entire time.
No,
it's that forgettable.
One of the things that probably pushed them to really care less is the fact that the Joker movie made like $1 billion.
Well, see, that's what I was going to say. Where I was heading was that the movies in the DC universe that have been the most successful are the ones that are not connected to the DCEU.
Because they can't.
Question. Yeah. Does anybody on this panel want to go see the Joker ever again?
I do.
Yeah, we love it.
Is that what? Is that?
I do.
Is that with Joaquin?
I will. Yes. I will watch it.
I haven't seen it yet.
You people are sick.
Because he won't let you, right?
He's actually locked the television.
Of course.
There's cut the cord on the television.
There's no bias, right?
It's a horrible.
Wow,
it is,
wow, really?
You couldn't get sadder. I mean, why would you want to go do that?
If Martin Scorsese forgot that he hated comic book movies and made one, that would be the Joker.
Right. It's basically a sequel to Taxi Driver, is what it is.
It is.
It's awesome.
No, you're not helping the case. He's not a fan of Taxi Driver either.
What?
Anyway, let's pretend we're talking about the Fantastic Four movie that's coming. I believe my goal for John Krasinski and Emily Blunt has been shot down. The latest rumor
I wouldn't have minded that, by the way. But
the latest
that
rumor,
would have been nice. That would have been awesome, actually.
Latest rumor I've heard, which I don't believe, was Alice Eve for Susan Storm, which I could do with that.
Who was Alice Eve?
No.
Who is that?
She's out of your league.
She's
Star Trek 2.
Star Trek. Remember?
Oh, she was the doctor in
Yeah.
Star Trek 2?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know though. I mean, is she still
was
looking
Typhoid
as hot
Mary.
as she was right there?
Typhoid Mary and Daredevil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Okay.
it.
And then oh shoot, I just blanked on his name. Han Solo Part 2 in the Star Wars movies. He's going to be Black Knight. No, he's going to be Moon Knight. So that means he can't be Reed Richards. But
no, that's not Han Solo.
Oscar Isaac.
Oh,
Han Solo Part 2.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Oscar Isaac. Yeah.
Oscar Isaac. Okay.
No,
sorry.
but he's going to be Moon Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So that can't be right. I don't know. Tough
Man,
one to cast.
And Moon Knight sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're wrong, dude. Okay. Again,
Oh my God.
This is another
Here
one
we
where
go.
Moon Knight is the Batman universe.
He is not.
Yes, he is.
He is not.
Yes, he is.
No, he sucks.
He is the Batman of the Marvel universe. Okay,
No, he's
Batman not. with skip. Well, I mean, you could argue that Batman is schizophrenic.
Batman with
too,
like
but-
37 personalities that worships an Egyptian god, and
I am Groot.
no, man.
Yes, it works, and you know what? You guys, write it down. This is going to be one of those instances that when the show comes out, he's going to be coming back and saying, "Oh yeah, you know what? You were right. It was good. It's not so bad, but
Moon Knight.
I didn't expect much going in, but
yeah,
Moon Knight.
This guy.
Once Michael Fassbender was the bad guy, I was in.
Well, if Michael Fassbender's in it, I'm watching. But,
We know.
Guys, wait a second. I'm not even kidding.
By the way, did you guys hear?
Let's be honest.
Did you guys hear that the
Do you like Moon Knight?
I do.
Did you hear that Vinny D is going to be in as the Kingpin in Hawkeye?
Oh, that's terrible.
What are you talking about? Come
Vincent D'Onofrio.
He was a great Kingpin.
Oh, he was great. Yeah, he was great. That's awesome.
You just said Vin Diesel.
I said Vinny D.
Oh, I thought you said Vin Diesel. I thought you did
for
Vin
a
Diesel.
second he said Paulie D, and I was thinking, wait, the Jersey Shore.
I thought you were talking about Vin Diesel. I'm sorry. I'm like, no. Oh, that's fantastic. No. That's the other side of the scale. That's awesome.
I have a serious question. Do you guys really like Moon Knight?
I do.
Yes.
And wait, his costume is awesome, but the character
awesome.
Really sucks.
The character. Listen, when he's written right, if you've read the good runs with Moon Knight, believe me, he's great.
Or the old
He's
ones.
a really good character. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that show. By the way.
Should be fun.
But we haven't gotten to
I don't know,
shows
Benny.
yet,
You
but-
always say that Frankenstein is awesome. And Frankenstein kind of sucks too.
When did I say that? Okay.
Okay. Moving on from Fantastic Four, which we apparently don't want to talk about.
No. Fantastic Four, we are looking forward to. I believe that's going to be where they. Okay, no. I thought that was where they were going to bridge in the X-Men, but now I'm kind of confused because I always thought that Franklin would be kind of the way that they brought mutants in.
The last trailer for Eternals looks to me like it's coming.
Yeah, because in the comic books they actually just basically retro. What is it that they call it when
they retconned it?
They retconned it. So now, now Franklin's not a mutant.
Yeah, that's what they did with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
The Eternals trailer would make me think the X-Men are coming in there. But
I gotta watch. I gotta see it.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Also announced Blade.
I don't know how he fits in. It's been a long time since we had a Blade movie.
It has.
Man, and that first Blade movie
it's been even longer.
Really
it's been even longer since we had a good Blade movie.
Yeah. That first one was really good. After that, it got a little wonky. The second one was okay, but the second one's okay. One was terrible.
I'll tell you what.
Could have been good, but
the actor is amazing.
He is Cottonmouth.
Yeah, he's. Yeah, I can totally see him playing Blade. I can also a character that a lot of people don't like. I like him. I can totally see this as.
Apparently, we can't. Hello. Hello?
Any love for Ghost Rider?
I think we may have lost from a character that people don't like, just in case. So can you say it again? Because I locked up.
Yeah. All I was saying is that Ghost Rider is just as bad as Moon Knight. That character is awful.
But
the actor was awful.
Ignore the Nicolas Cage movies.
The actor was
talking
definitely
about
awful.
The comic book character.
Okay, Johnny Blaze is awful. Dan Ketch is awful.
No, that's not
and
true.
I don't know who the new one is. All of them are awful.
No, the new one is a Hispanic.
So he's an awful.
He was on
Hispanic
Shield.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, well, again, that was another horrible portrayal. And by the way, I mean, I was never a huge fan of that show. I know you were.
I watched them all.
Yeah.
All right. Next one that's been announced, sort of, but no date. Deadpool 3-ish.
Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it.
Yep.
They've all been very good.
Yep.
I actually like the second one more than the first. And I'm very excited.
I didn't think you could get another one wrong before the end of the podcast, but you did again.
Oh my God, Bill, really? Are you serious?
The first one's so much better.
No, it's not.
That's like saying that the Christmas version is better. You're just flat wrong.
I haven't seen the Christmas version, but I will tell you this: the second one is so much better. It has X-Force and it has
Alex. Don't listen to the hate. All right, you know that the Christmas version starts out making fun of the Princess Bride.
It does.
I am Groot.
Great, man. Oh my God, yeah.
All right. Announced this week, Captain America 4.
Is that with Sam Wilson or Steve Rogers?
It is.
I'm looking forward to anything Captain America.
It's not Chris Evans.
What? Okay, I don't know.
It's what would have been Falcon.
I'm on the fence.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence. Yeah.
It's only because it's a new concept.
We'll see.
I heard that they were bringing Chris Evans back in some way. Have you heard anything of that?
Flashbacks?
Not in flashbacks. I heard that he was coming back.
Well, remember in the comic book, Steve, there was a time where Steve, an older version of Steve was leading S.H.I.E.L.D.
When they pulled out the Super Soldier serum.
So, I mean, there are ways that they could.
And the biggest secret, no one would anticipate this movie ever coming out. Something
Submariner
with I think they should do. You know what I want to do? I want to get Chris Evans back. I want to introduce the Submariner. I want to have an Invaders movie.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Wouldn't it?
That would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just in case you guys didn't piece it together. It would be.
Yeah.
What about I've heard there's this concept in Marvel called mutants and the X-Men. There may be a movie coming. Maybe.
Of course.
I'm a little concerned about that, Bill, because nothing could really top the Fox movie.
Nothing could top what? Wait, you're coming out muffled, dude.
It's because he's gotten too many wrong already, so they can't hear him anymore. Your internet connection already knows to edit your answers out because you've been wrong so much.
Fox series of mutant movies was amazing.
All right, so the concept that people are saying is on and again, off again is Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine.
I heard that. Yeah.
I just think it's going to be hard for him.
I'm actually surprised that he would even be up for that.
He was.
He didn't want to do that stuff again.
Yeah. The thing is, let's be honest. Do you need anything after Logan?
But you really don't, because I think they just got clumsy after that. They really got clumsy.
Yeah, I mean, Logan is probably one of the best comic book movies ever. Logan is one of the best comic book movies ever. And
you need to fix that statement.
Oh, you want me to say it is the best? No.
Yes. There you go.
Nope. That's why your internet won't even listen to you, Alex.
Bill, what is better than Logan?
Anything with Michael Fassbender. I've got his two things now. It's like the immovable object meets the irresistible force. Alex's brain's just gonna go. All right, so I'm gonna ask Benny and Vicky, because I don't need to ask Alex. Benny and Vicky, would you rather have Hugh Jackman as your Wolverine, or would you rather have Michael Fassbender as your Magneto? Alex, we don't need to ask you.
Wolverine.
Yeah, no, Hugh Jackman. I'd have to pick him.
Yeah.
Alex,
look at Alex's face.
Alex, where'd you go? I think his internet just went.
It just froze.
Dude, you wait. I don't get why. If you had that choice, Alex, didn't you just say that Logan was the best comic book movie? And
it could have been better if Magneto was in it. Seriously, I agree with you guys.
Yeah, because it wouldn't have been the Michael Fassbender Magneto if they had him, and it would have been the Ian McKellen.
Wait. The problem that I have, and this is nothing against the actor, this is nothing against past work. We are not getting the 1999 Hugh Jackman. We're getting the 2022 at least.
No, I agree.
But he got better, guys. He got better.
No. In terms of acting, yes, but no,
and
it's hard to get in that shape.
Yeah, it's hard to get in that shape.
That's what I heard, that he was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this whole chicken fasting and exercise thing anymore."
Chicken and broccoli for 6 months.
And
whatever.
It's always been crazy to me. I mean, thank God they made the choice they made, because he's amazing. But it's always been puzzling to me that there's so many actors in Hollywood that are way shorter than they look, right? And
he's way
you're trying to portray a character that's 4'11", and then you pick someone that's 6'4" to play him.
It's so close, Benny. So close.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's almost the same. Well, just remember, it could have gone really, really bad, because I believe the first one they were casting was Bob Hoskins. So.
Oh God, that would have been horrible.
I heard that the guy that was actually cast was some dude named Doug Ray Scott.
Yeah.
Who was a villain in
Mission Impossible.
Yeah. He's terrible.
No, he's a horrible actor, but he actually does look the part.
He does.
Yeah.
Talk about bad choice on his part.
Yeah.
He's actually really bad in the Batwoman TV show as well.
Oh God, yeah. I can't believe you. Do you actually watch that?
It's one of the many I've pulled the plug on.
Okay, thank God. That is horrible.
There's been a bunch. There's not much. There's only one DC Arrowverse show that I still watch.
Which one?
Superman and Lois.
Okay.
It's really good.
Yeah, they have mostly gone down.
The shark is way, way, way in the back of your mirror.
Yeah. Yeah. The last one I was watching was Black Lightning, and that just really got horrible too.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
And it's not for not wanting to. Again,
no, exactly.
It was clunky and it was sloppy, and it was the writing. The acting was great.
To me, the one that I really enjoyed, and the first 2 or 3 seasons were amazing, was The Flash, and then it just started going way down.
Yeah, I basically lost all of them after the last crossover.
Yeah,
it just timing.
And then when they actually have a good DCU show, which Which, by the way, you should give Titans a chance because Titans is really good.
I forgot about
really
it.
Good.
I've got to catch up.
Now that it's on HBO Max, believe me, you can watch it in really good quality. But the other one that was good
Harley
was
Quinn.
No,
Yes.
yeah, the cartoon, but no, I'm talking live action.
Oh,
Krypton.
Krypton was awesome.
Yeah,
I've been awesome. It was. I wanted so much. I wanted so much.
And they canceled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they canceled it.
Sci-Fi Channel. Yes, very sad. Very sad. Okay, so once again, we've proven that I'm right. Marvel comic book movies are better than the DC movies. Not that we want them to be that way. Everyone here agrees with me, as they should.
But by the way, Mister, I am right. That used to advocate for every DC movie, TV show.
TV shows were good. Cartoons. To be fair, DC animated shows are so much better than most of the Marvel.
The animated shows are good. Yes, the animated shows and movies are really good.
They are. I mean, almost.
They are.
It's almost a reverse of the movies. I mean, DC's got a lot of really, really good ones with one or two that are like, and then Marvel's got one or two that are good with most of them being or worse.
Yeah, it is weird that they're not able to get the animated movies. I mean, right now, Sony has kind of turned it around with Spider-Verse, but
TBD on my part.
What do you mean?
I haven't liked any.
Into the Spider-Verse?
I haven't liked any Sony movies besides Spider-Verse that didn't have Marvel interaction.
Okay.
So Venom, nope.
Yeah, but Into the Spider-Verse is I'm talking animated.
Animated.
I'm sorry to interrupt and kind of switch. Bill, you mentioned all those movies, but you didn't say anything about Morbius. Did they push that way back or something?
Didn't get a date on it. We should put that in though. Morbius. Anybody looking forward to Jared Leto as a vampire?
I'm looking forward to Morbius.
The first trailer.
Enough about it.
First trailer looked good.
So Jared Leto is an actor that when he's great, he's amazing, but he's seldomly great. But I do love the Morbius character, and I was kind of surprised that they picked him. So I'm hoping that I'm hoping it's good.
That's a character I really love.
It could be the next Blade, if you think about it. Like, you know what Blade was before they integrated him into the MCU.
Mm-hmm. Could be. Hope it is.
I gotta look it up.
Ricky is a really great character. Really well.
Could be fun.
And that's going to be a television show?
No, it's
no, it's going to be a film.
Yep.
Yeah, and they have Vulture from Spider-Man, Michael Keaton.
Okay.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, and that movie is actually on track. When is that one supposed to come out?
I didn't get a date. That's why I didn't put it on the list. I don't know.
They have a trailer, Vicky.
They did.
You should check out the trailer.
How come that's not included? It's not part of the universe?
I didn't have a date.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
technically it's not part of the universe.
The latest date I can see.
Vulture is in it, so I mean.
Oh yeah, okay.
January 19th, 2022 is the latest date, but I'm not 100% sure of this source.
Okay. All right.
So I should have put it as a TBD or TBA.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Last thing for the night, people. We're doing our WOOT in a big way. Thoughts on what's going on with the Robert Pattinson Batman movie? Anyone? Did I freeze? I froze again. Come back. All right, I'm back.
Awesome. It does look awesome, and I like who they cast.
I do hate Bruce Wayne's haircut in that trailer, but everything else looks awesome.
Well, the haircut is because it's Robert Pattinson, and
awesome,
everybody loves the greasy, flappy hair.
That's not Bruce Wayne, man. So, but everything else was good.
So
what do you guys think?
Twilight Girl, what do you think? That wasn't Alex, by the way.
Yeah, I could tell.
Alex started to answer. I'm sorry. Vicky?
I was about to answer, but I figured let's make it go.
You know, I'm just not a fan of Jared Leto. So I'll be curious to see how he works with it.
No, he's not in this one.
He's not in this one.
No. In Batman, it's Twilight Boy. And
Robert Pattinson, sparkly dude.
I'll be interested to see how that's done. Because honestly, I'm done with Ben Affleck.
And then the Penguin is played by Colin Farrell.
Amazing actor.
Oh, I like that.
Yep. And the Riddler is Paul Dano.
Yep, Paul Dano, who's also a great actor. I do like
Jeffrey Wright.
Jared Leto is in that movie, by the way.
Yep, and I do like the aesthetic. The aesthetic is definitely cool. As a matter of fact, hold on, let me see if. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can.
Vicky, check out the trailer. The trailer is really.
Yeah, I will.
And it's with a Nirvana song. It's an awesome trailer.
Didn't we already have him as like he was a Marvel character.
So let me show you.
Colin Farrell was Deadshot, right?
No.
I'm going to share my screen for a second, okay?
Bullseye.
This is
a
my
Bullseye. Deadshot Bullseye.
Different.
I know.
Way different.
Oh, I can't share my screen. And my wallpaper is actually from the movie. But
Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman.
Zoe Kravitz is a great actress too. Yeah.
Did you see who Carmine Falcone's being played by?
No.
Yeah, it's Turturro. John Turturro.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, you got great cast everywhere.
And the director is awesome. Matt Reeves is a great director.
Did you see that
Kravitz, Colin Farrell,
Alex may be upset
Andy
by
Serkis?
Did you see that Alex may be upset by Alfred?
Michael Fassbender's not in it.
Oh,
it makes me a little sad, but
got a lot of good characters.
Who's Alfred?
Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis.
Oh, that's
Matthew
great.
McConaughey.
Motion capture. They're going to have an Alfred motion capture.
Hey, he is the king of mocap. So yeah.
Yeah, they could pull this off.
They could. Yeah.
And I'm telling you, that director is really good.
It should be fun.
I'm actually surprised that they're not trying to fast track it now that well, or maybe they're trying to wait till more people go back to the theaters.
Yeah. I'm ready for a change.
Wouldn't that be one of the ones that gets released first on HBO Max though also?
They said that was only for 1 year.
Okay, got it.
So who knows?
So explain to me why. I'm surprised they didn't push Dune out till the point where.
So excited.
Oh, me too. No, and I'm glad.
That's gonna be awesome.
I'm glad that it'll be on HBO Max too.
You know,
but
the only thing that's awful about this Dune remake is that Sting isn't in it. Otherwise, it would be perfect.
Okay, we don't have Sting, but we got Jason Momoa being the badass. So, right?
You know,
always.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah,
and it has Jason.
It looks great.
Waka waka.
Wow, I'm sleeping in a tub tonight. I didn't even say anything wrong. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on the hopefully what we can call the post-plague Woot episode number 1. Please let this be post-plague. I'd really like to have some like real life again. It'd be nice. I remember going to the movies every day, 3 times a week.
And it was so nice to sit in the theater when we did.
I know, all by ourselves.
You've been back already though, right?
Yeah, a couple times.
Have you, Alex?
Yeah, I saw Black Widow in the theater with Ethan.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't been back yet.
The theaters are empty.
They're empty.
Me, Ethan, and my daughter also. Like, 3 of us know what.
Yeah. All right. So good luck, everybody. Thank you guys for coming back on. Thank you, real Alex. Fake Alex wasn't able to make it tonight. He left earlier. So
but don't worry, real Alex and fake Alex will be on sometime soon.
all right.
Together.
Very well. Benny, we've never faked it with you, man. Thank you again.
We may see a lot more fake Alex after this episode.
Maybe. The only
You
thing
may
I can
not
say
want to
is
come back.
fake Alex gets more things right than real Alex, but that's just me.
Oh,
That's true.
Miss Vicky, you're stuck with me. Thank you again.
Yep.
All right. Until Vicky says waka waka again. That's a Woot episode. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
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 Thanks, guys.
Have a good night.
You too.
All right.
What's going on, man?
Not too much. Not too much. We got Benny and Michael Fassbender's wife. Excellent.
I prefer Michael Fassbender's long-term booty call.
All right.
There you go.
Okay.
Whatever floats your boat, man.
This is awesome. We finally got Alex on. We had Alex on when I was on once, and after that it was
always the Bill voice.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
What are you talking about? I've been here the whole time.
It was alt Alex.
No, that is not even close. That's not even close.
You can't hear your own voice in your head. This is what you sound like.
It's awesome.
The original Woot crowd back in town.
Yeah.
This place is so screwed.
Well, this was a good idea.
It was. And then the better part was the persecution that I underwent, that I am biased and I have data.
Bill,
I have
the second
data.
I saw that text, I was like, what is wrong?
Data.
Yeah.
Data.
Dude, let's be real. Your data is going to show that you're biased.
Data.
Just some people just do it better. That's all.
Consistently better, by the way.
Very much so.
No, but Vicky, I don't group you in the same. I'm not lumping you there because I know you love Shazam or you enjoyed it, not like some people.
What's the S for?
Yeah, there we go.
The wisdom of a 12-year-old.
Oh my God.
It's ought to be good.
I'm sorry, S. The wisdom of a school child. That's what it is. All right, very well. Sounds like we're burning pot already, but we'll get there. All right, so what's the agenda? I know we have to do